So you want to change your shocks. Step 1. That lower bolt, a little dark, but that lower bolt is blocked by this. So you want to disconnect that. Easiest way, that guy right there. Now that is tight, so to loosen that, jack up the wheel just a little bit. That'll release tension on that bolt, let you slide it out. Let's get it right on there, lift it up. Lower it a little bit. There, let's set this down. There we go. Alright, I can rotate that out of the way. We can get at that bolt. So before you start, good idea to soak that bolt in some penetrating lubricant, help loosen it up. So if you don't have an air tool to power that out, the next best thing is a long breaker bar like this. You can get one of those for about $15 at Harbor Freight. Makes a huge difference. Alright, so I've already loosened it a couple turns with Mr. Big Boy here. Should be loose enough I can pull the rest of it out with this. Mr. Milwaukee Fuel 18. Maybe not. Let's give Mr. Breaker Bar a couple more turns. Alright, let's give this sucker a try. Yeah, she's in there good. Alright, a couple more turns with the breaker bar. Let's see if she can get it out now. There we go. So that bolt, 18 millimeter. Now to get out the top bolt, first you have to remove that guy right there. And that guy right there. We'll just find those later. Lift this up a little bit. Oh wait, I gotta get this lower one down here too. Take those out. And then this whole panel should just pull to the side. Might think you just found some bags of drugs, but no. Just some insulation to deaden the sound. How sad. So there is your top bolt. So that one's not fun to get out. You need a wrench on the bottom and then a ratchet on that top part, so that if you just turn the nut, the whole thing will spin. So you need a ratchet on the top to keep it from spinning. Okay, so that bottom nut is 18 millimeter. There's not a lot of room to work with. That little opening there, there's the same opening on the side. Very sharp. Can cut your finger, just like that. So for the top, you want to use a ratchet with an 8 millimeter and set it as though you were tightening it. And while you're wrenching on it, you want to hold the bottom wrench and it will slowly loosen up. I'm not going to show that because YouTube videos are supposed to make everything look easy. So I will do that real quick. Probably take me about 5 seconds, and then I'll turn the recording back on. Alright, so as predicted, only took 5 seconds. Easy. Super easy. So now once it's loose, trying to block the camera, but all you gotta do is just now loosen the top. And the bottom will stay in place. Super easy. Alright, that should go by hand now. So this whole piece will come out. And then once I loosen the bottom, that part will just drop right straight down. Alright, so now we're ready to get this bottom part loose. There's a special technique you have to do to get it loose. And it's loose. Look at that. That wasn't so bad. So now you have to lift it up a little bit to make room at the bottom to take it out. And the whole thing just drops right out. Super easy. Not even sure where that blood came from. Probably from shaving this morning. So that piece, you want to pull it out, because that will be replaced by the piece that comes with the new one. So here is the new shock absorber and the new hardware kit and my shoelace. So this will go on the top like that. Then this little sleeve, should put that in first. The little sleeve will go down to what hits the top of the shock. And then we are ready to put that in. You want to put the top in first, and then from the bottom lift up to compress it and just set it over that. You don't need to get it perfect yet. We'll just want it setting on top of that when we put the top in. Alright, we got her in. See if we can get this bolt to thread. Two hands. Alright, so we got the bolt in. One difference between the aftermarket shock and the original one is this bolt is attached to the OEM shock. So the aftermarket, you have to add that in on the other side. We'll do that after we get the top done. Alright, so the top, put this piece on first, center it up, then the little plate goes on, the light goes off, Harbor Freight flashlight, and then this bolt goes on top. And then we will snug that up nice and tight. Alright, that's no fun to do with a wrench, so I'm going to try using this electric ratchet. Third, maybe fourth best tool ever made. We'll give it third. Definitely the third best tool ever made. We'll tighten that a little bit. The top is good to go. Fun fact, the original shock, that bolt there is 18 millimeter. The aftermarket Monroe shocks that I bought, 19 millimeter. Just to let you use your entire toolbox. I'm sure they didn't do it to be difficult. So now we'll put the drug stash back in here. I mean, noise dampening material, whatever. And then just pull this back in place. Tuck it in down there. Line up those holes. Stick the plastic pieces back in there where they came from. Good as new. It's like we never touched it. How about that? Alright, now we need to tighten this bolt. And to tighten that, you also need to put a wrench on the bolt that's on the other side, both 19 millimeter. Okay, so I lied. That bolt, 19 millimeter. But just to make it fun, the other side, where is it? Right down there. That one is 20 millimeter. And the best way to get at that one is drop straight down from the top. Get it on there. And then from the other side, while you're holding this one, use the impact gun to tighten that one. So those are already tight. Last thing we need to do is hook this guy back up and tighten him down. So for that one, I believe it was 15 millimeter on the back. Hold on, we gotta go get our tools. We left them on the other side of the car. Okay, that's why we couldn't find it. That one is actually 17 millimeter. You put it right on the back there, and you just hold that. Alright, so we got that in. I was wrong. This back bolt that you hold while you're tightening the front one is actually 17 millimeter, not 15. So that one, hold the wrench while you tighten this one. And I will snug that up with the impact driver. I hit pause just so I don't kill your eardrums again. Sorry about that. And you can see she is tight now. So the only thing left to do is drop this jack down. It's the neighbor's dog. Don't mind her. Very friendly, as you can tell. Right. So now the new shock is on. We are good to go. Take her for a nice draggy run. See how quick she is. Maybe a little bit faster since the shocks are brand new. Who knows? Who knows? The only thing left to do now is put the wheel back on. Drop the jack down after that. If any of you don't know how to take wheels off and put them back on, just put a little comment in the video. I'd be happy to make a how to take your wheels off video for you. Any suggestions, drop them in the comments. Please click on the subscribe button. Don't care about the likes, just subscribe. Need to get to 1,000 so I can get those Brinks trucks of YouTube money coming to my house. Any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Thank you for watching.